Okay, so we just practiced factoring some harder quadratics. Let's do a couple more examples. So here's your worksheet. If you go to the second page, we're going to work on 11 and 12, and I rewrote those 6 steps of factoring up there for us to reference. So let's practice on number 11. Step 1, check for a GCF. Is there anything that all 3 of these have in common that I can take out? Well, yeah, they all have an R. So I'm going to take out or divide by an R. So I get 2R squared minus 9R plus 7. Just like that. Now, step 2. List the factors of the leading coefficient times the constant. So 2 times 7, I'm going to list the factors of 14. Now, try and start to get faster at this step, where instead of listing all the factors, I just list the ones that I know are going to get me to my middle term of negative 9. So if I'm listing, I know 2 and 7 get me close to 9, but that doesn't get me to negative 9, so I'm going to want negative 2, negative 7. And that will multiply to 14 and add to negative 9. So instead of listing all of them, I'm only listing the ones that I need, so I can start to get faster at this process. Okay, step 3. Find the pair that adds to the middle coefficient. Check. Step 4. Separate the first term into 2. So I have my 2r squared, so I'm going to do 2r and 2r. And then divide by my pair of numbers, so by negative 2 and by negative 7. Now step 5, check for GCFs. So if I look at this first one, is there anything that those have in common that I can take out? Yep, they both have a 2 in common. And remember, when we say take out, we mean divide. So when I divide that top one by 2r divided by 2, I am left with an r. And when I divide that bottom one by 2, I'm left with a negative 1. Cancel out your 2's on top and bottom, and I'm left with r over negative 1. Now I look at this second one. Is there anything on top and bottom that I can take out? No, I don't have anything on top and bottom. So that one, I don't need to do GCFs on that step. And then step 6, write my answer. So I've got r minus 1 for the first one and 2r minus 7 for the second one. And that one's all done. Okay, now let's look at number 12. So what I want you to do, start number 12 on your own and see how far you can get following those steps. And then, so pause the video, try it on your own, and then I'll do it, and then you can come back and check your answer. Okay, let's see how you did. So we check for GCF first, look through those 3. There's nothing that they all have in common, so no GCF at the beginning. Multiply the first and the last. I got 350. I need to list the factors and find one that adds to my middle term. So negative 10 times negative 35 gets me to my 350. And when I add those, gets me to my negative 45. So now I do my division step. So I take my first term, divide it into 2, divide by my pairs of numbers. And then step 5, check for my GCF. So if I look at the first one, 7m and negative 10, nothing they have in common that I can take out. So I just copy it down. If I look at the second one, they have a 7 in common, so I'm going to take that 7 out. And when I take a 7 out or divide by 7, I'm left with m and negative 5. Cancel out my 7, so I have my m and negative 5. And now I can write my answers as 7m minus 10 and m minus 5. So there's a couple examples for you. Your homework is going to be 13, 14, 15, and 16. Good luck.